Okay, so it's the political season in 2012 here. We got this vote pretty soon, and I'm making this video to say that libertarians should support abolishing psychiatric slavery. And psychiatric slavery is the insanity defense and civil commitment. So libertarians, when I hear libertarian, I think they want to legalize drugs and lower taxes and reduce government. But I think this issue, psychiatric slavery, which includes the insanity defense and civil commitment, is not held up importantly enough for people who claim to be libertarian. I feel like I'm mostly independent, but if I had to pick one party, it'd probably be libertarian. I'm okay with saying that. Yeah, libertarians, and there's a book, Thomas Szasz, S-Z-A-S-Z, a Hungarian-born psychiatrist who's like 91 or 92 right now, wrote a book about libertarians, and basically sort of what I'm saying, but way more in depth. I'm just skimming the surface and basically just not regurgitating, but stating this idea, which is it's an idea which it'd be like saying legalize all drugs and then pointing to you a book about the details of why all drugs should be legalized, and he actually has one called Our Right to Drugs. So if you're libertarian, you can read that too. I'd recommend it. You can pick it up pretty cheap, like used somewhere. But in the let me look at I'll look that one up by Amazon. Says libertarian, yeah. S-Z-A-S-Z, libertarian. Okay. It's called Faith and Freedom. So this book I'm recommending is called Faith and Freedom, and it's really expensive. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Faith and Freedom, Libertarian Principles and Psychiatric Practices. You can go read reviews. Unfortunately, there's only hardcovers of it. This is like $35 for a used. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Anyway, so maybe just go read the reviews, but or if you really want to, spend the money. But yeah, basically I've only read reviews of the books, but I think the idea is totally correct. And even when I look at like the Libertarian Party's websites, or I talk with libertarians, they are not very aware of psychiatric practices. They are not aware of psychiatry and the nature of psychiatric slavery. We used to think, well, not we, but some people, they used to label homosexuality as a psychiatric disorder. And same thing when there was slavery, they tried to label slaves who wanted to be free as having something called drapetomania, which was basically a psychiatric disorder that slaves could have because they didn't want to be slaves. So in the same thing, we used to label homosexuality up until about the 70s as a psychiatric disorder, and now we have all these other psychiatric diagnoses, and we can hospitals can hold people against their will and they're civilly committed, or state hospitals or wherever can have people claimed to be insane and lock them up and basically keep them in their psychiatric prisons. So I'm speaking a little more controversially than I originally intended to, but my whole point of this video is that if you're libertarian, investigate psychiatry. Go check out the Citizens Commission on Human Rights website, cchr.org or cchrint.org, and look at what they have to say. That's my recommendation. Or go to Mad in America. I think it's .com, madinamerica.com. Yeah, madinamerica.com. Robert Whitaker, who wrote the book called Anatomy of an Epidemic, I think runs that. I'd recommend that book, Anatomy of an Epidemic, as well. But yeah, my whole point here is if you identify as libertarian, please support abolishing the insanity defense and civil commitment. I think you'd be doing yourself and this country and your family and everybody else a great service, and everybody on earth, by abolishing psychiatric slavery, which again includes, I'm being repetitive here, I know, the insanity defense and civil commitment. So yeah, anyway, I might sound like a broken record here, but hey, that's not always a bad thing in my opinion. So anyway, I don't know if I have much more to say. So I basically pointed you in the direction of a couple websites. You can back this video up if you're curious what those are. And I recommended a book. And just generally, I just wanted to get that message out that libertarians should support abolishing civil commitment and the insanity defense. So I'm going to shut up there. This is almost 5 minutes. I'm going to shut up. be quiet. But anyway, so please, thanks for watching this. If you got through this, you're good for toughing this out. And go ahead, please subscribe to this channel. There's buttons. You can hit subscribe. Or you can search for them if you don't see them readily. You can go find them. You can subscribe to my channel so you can get my next videos. I've been adding videos pretty frequently, so I probably will keep doing that in all honesty. And then yeah, share this video, please, especially with other libertarians. If you're a libertarian, or just if you have a libertarian friend, share it with them. And also visit my websites. I should have links down below. And then also please watch my other videos. You can go to my channel page and look at my other videos. You can look at the titles and see if any seem appealing to you. Anyway, I'm going to shut up right there. Well, that's quite long enough. Far longer than I intended to have this video be. Thank you very much for watching. And I think that's about it. Yeah. Take care.